Rob Cowley, you might remember, was a guest with us towards the end of last year, because Rob is a granddad who wrote a book with his grandson. And Rob, we need to let you tell the story, really. Before we find out just how fantastically well this book has done, specifically for such a great cause, just remind us what the book was all about.
It was just something I started to write with Ryan, my grandson, about him getting sucked into his computer game. And it was just a lovely granddad-grandson activity until it was beautifully illustrated by Carmen, who has Asperger's, and it came to life. And then lots of people got behind it. The Arts Council sponsored it. Lily Publications published it. And then lots of people like yourselves introduced the idea to people, and the Manx public have been fantastic.
Now, you mentioned the artist Carmen. She's only very young.
She's 13 now, and this has been just a delight to see her artwork and inspiration. She just read the story and started to draw, and the pictures are phenomenal. So that's been the story behind the story. And after I came on your show on the 19th of November, the last 10 weeks have just been kind of surreal but wonderful.
And we should say the book is called No Entry, and it's still available now, isn't it?
You can get it at the Lexicon, or you could email me directly on manxman57@live.com, and I'll make sure you get a copy.
But there's several bits of fantastic news about this. So first of all, if you were listening last time, you will know that Rob was on a mission to raise money, weren't you,
yes,
for a local charity. Tell us about that.
Well, with Carmen having Asperger's, it's kind of led us towards the idea of raising money for Autism in Man, who are just a small organisation. It's more parent support than anything else, and they are a great little cause, and the money is going to go towards, they have a lady called Carol, who works with the Autism in Man and the Department of Education to raise awareness and education about autism on the Isle of Man, and since 2013 she's probably worked with over 200 families, which kind of shows it's quite an important cause.
And how much money have you raised? Because when you think you were only on the show with us mid-November,
yes,
so really it's only a matter of weeks so far. How much have you raised?
Well, the Manx public have been fantastic, and they're very generous people. And we did the book launch, and I then went around so many different sort of Christmas fairs. I had an ambitious target of £1,000, and we've raised £1,000, which is just phenomenal.
That's fantastic. And you're going to be presenting this next week?
We're going to go down, Carmen's going to come out of school and hopefully get my grandsons out of school as well, although they haven't been asked yet. And we'll go down to the Centre 21 and present the cheque on Tuesday the 14th.
What a wonderful way to start the new year, Rob. And just tell us a little bit about the difference that this has made, this whole project has made to Carmen.
Well, it's Asperger's is a funny thing. It's very difficult to describe because it's different with every different person. For her, it's been about building confidence. Her artwork is fantastic, and people at school would say, you ask Carmen to draw and she comes to life. And this has just helped, and the school has been very supportive. And then just recently a friend of mine has come forward with a specific donation for her. And although he wants to remain anonymous, he's a good friend of mine, and I'm very appreciative of the fact he's going to provide money for improved software and some art material, and hopefully an art course for her to go on, just so her talent can grow. And that's what it's all about. When you're 13, I think this is just a fantastic boost.
And it's a wonderful book. Like you say, the illustrations are stunning with it. You can see some on the front cover there. Do you see it as a one-off, or have you got a taste now for the success? Obviously, this has been a great success.
Well, you called it Mr. Cowley's accidental book, which it was. But through the last 10 weeks, my grandson Ryan has owned it more and more. And now he's thinking of a sequel.
I love it.
So it's been good. But lovely things have happened. I mean, I went for a haircut and my hairdresser bought 2 books.
Oh.
And at the Christmas fair at Ryan's school, all the children were coming up saying, there's Ryan's book.
Oh.
Wow.
And then at St. Ninian's Christmas fair, just a young student aged 12 came forward and just asked about the book and listened, and then just gave me £2 for the charity. And there's so many little stories like that. So for me, it's been lovely. It's been very heartwarming in a sometimes confused world that we live in, that this is just so nice. It's been lovely.
And I believe someone has taken Carmen under their wing as well to help her with her illustration.
Well, we have a link now to Jade Boylan, who's an artist on the island, a young artist on the island, who also has Asperger's, and she said that she'll meet up and guide Carmen if that's possible. That's a step we haven't taken yet, but I'm sure we will. And unfortunately, Carmen's mum, Wendy, has been poorly for the last 6 weeks with a bad back, so we haven't done much, and they've had Christmas. So these are things for the new year, and again, hopefully, it will just be another stepping stone for Carmen towards her future, because she's a very talented young lady.
Well, so wonderful to hear about what's been happening over the past few weeks, Rob. And I love the fact that when you got in touch with us to tell us how things have been going, you said sometimes a book is more than a book. And I think that really encompasses what this has all been about for you.
And it is. And there's one other group I'd like to say thank you to, and that's the Rotary Club at Onken. They invited me to go and talk to them about the whole book. And I realised I was talking to a room full of granddads, which was really nice. And they were very generous in both buying books and giving a donation. And it's just been heartwarming, the whole thing. So I've been very grateful, and I'd like to thank the Manx public for their support.